Hi, Rebecca again here. Thanks for tuning in. Last week I went to see an extremely impressive woman speak. She's called Karyn McClusky. She's the Deputy Chief Inspector of Strathclyde Police. I hope I've got her title correct. And she heads up the Violence Reduction Unit in Strathclyde. And she and her team have helped to reduce gang violence by 50%. And the story I want to tell you today is the story that she told us. She went to America and watched a program in Boston of how they reduced gang violence very, very successfully. And she thought, right, well, I can do that here. There's no reason why not. And she went to her boss, and like all great leaders, he said, do you know what? Let's give it a try, because what we're doing now doesn't work. You've got my full backing. And if it falls flat on its face, I will take full responsibility. So that's what you want in a leader, somebody who can back you all the way with something new and different. So she went ahead and she brought together the gangs of Glasgow in a courtroom, and she set it up so that she had various people come in to speak to them about the effect that their violence and their behaviour had on other people and was having on other people. So they had somebody in who was a surgeon, a facial reconstruction surgeon, who showed them graphic photographs of the Glasgow smile. Now you can imagine what that looks like, and I'm not going to describe it here because I don't want to put you off your lunch. But he talked about how people were taken off facial reconstruction for children with cleft palates so they could patch up people who'd been taking part in gang violence and put their faces back together. Then they brought on a little old lady who described how she was afraid to go to the post office every day because of the gangs hanging around the shops. And they were quite surprised at this. They hadn't realised that people were frightened of them other than their other rival gang associates, if you like. And then they brought on a mother who had held her son in her arms whilst he bled to death after being stabbed in gang violence. And she described how she watched his life ebb away and disappear into nothing. And even the toughest gang members in that room were moved to tears. Now, before Karyn brought all these people in, she had said to them all, it's your choice to change. We're giving you a choice to change. You can take it or you can't. The consequences of not taking it are that we will come down on you like a ton of bricks. If one of you does something wrong, we will come down on every single last one of you. So there's a collective responsibility. This was made very clear to them. By the end of it, she asked for a show of hands to see who was interested in making that change. And to her surprise, most of them put their hands up and wanted to make that change. So now they're helping them into training, they're helping them into jobs, they're looking for employers that will employ them, which isn't easy because most of them have got criminal records. What's interesting about this story is that change is absolutely possible. First of all, you have to want it, and second of all, you have to fill the gap with something useful, beneficial and constructive. So where there was gang culture and gang violence and criminality, that gap has to be filled with jobs, training, education, whatever it happens to be, something positive. And whenever you want to make a change in an organisation or in yourself, think of the thing that you would prefer to be doing instead. Make it positive, make it constructive and make it useful. Then implement the change and it's a whole lot easier. Thanks, Karyn, for your inspirational talk, and thanks very much for tuning in. Have a great week. Bye.